Hey there, welcome to the video. Today, it's a controversial one, but the thing is, it's just facts. It's just actual facts about things that can happen. And the topic, of course, is a hot button one, real NAV erosion. Some people like to call NAV erosion when it's not. Some people like to say it isn't when it is. It's a hot topic, no doubt about it right now, but a lot of it, at least to my eyes, is based on conjecture and speculation and not a lot of facts. So I like facts. Not everyone does these days, but here are the facts of the case, and they are undisputable. Okay? I'm cutting right to the chase. If we decide that growth is the way to go, if you believe all the videos, the people saying things without much data or knowledge or truth, but people say that growth is the only way to go. And I totally get it. I chased growth myself for a long, long time because it makes sense. If I chase growth, my money grows. Yay! I have more money in retirement. If I do, then I have more money to spend. It seems logical, and then that's where it ends. I just don't see anyone else talking about how to actually bring that into our everyday life. This is the line of thinking that brought me to where I am today as far as wanting income, because I want my real life to change. I don't want speculation or cranking out videos for clicks. I want to think through and offer up some helpful information that might actually do something. Okay, that's the background. Again, you see the slide. If we go for growth, however, we have to what? Sell shares. And people say, oh, just sell shares. It's more money, just sell shares. Okay. If I sell shares, right, we're going to use SPY because SPY is the simplest path to wealth, right? So let's say, and we're just going to use $100,000 right over here. Let's say we saved up back in 2018, not that long ago. Let's say we saved up our pennies and we got to $100,000 and we're going to try to retire on that, at least retire maybe to pay our mortgage or some grouping of bills. Fine. All we have to do is add a zero and it's $1 million, right? And that's real retirement money. Okay. But anyway, $100,000, 2018, again, not that long ago. And let's see, we looked at our actual life and we said, I need $1,500. Can I retire? Yeah, heck yeah, I can retire, right? SPY makes, well, lately, 15, 20, 25% a year. Historically, it makes blah, blah, blah a year, right? Absolutely. I'm ready to go. 100 grand, I need 1,500. That covers whatever I need to get covered. And that's life-changing. That's a nice chunk of money. Extrapolate it out. Let's say we have $1 million. Now we're talking 15,000 a month. Again, real money. But we believe in growth. We believe in the simplest path to wealth. So we did SPY, right? That's the best way to do it. Growth and diversification. Okay, you've seen the slide by now. Since 2018, it goes to zero. That, my friends, is NAV erosion. That's real NAV erosion. That's gone. Everything you saved, whether that's 100,000 or $1 million or 10 million, if you sell 1,500, 15,000, 150,000 a month, you go to zero. Now, people love to talk about high yield ETFs, Yield Max, for example, foreshadowing, and they like to say they're going to zero because they look at this, they spend 5 seconds looking at a stock chart and they don't think it through, but they say it's going to zero. And some may go to zero. We'll find out. But selling SPY shares for cash, $1,500 worth, really does go to zero from 2018 to 2025. It actually does. There's no getting around it. And the lesson to be learned is once you hit a certain point, if you're selling shares, if you believe in growth, once you hit a certain downward point, it becomes a death spiral, meaning you start spiraling and you're never coming back. There's not enough growth to catch up because we're still withdrawing. Our shares are getting less and less and less. Those precious shares that grow so much are going away. going away. And once you hit a death spiral, guess what? If you're retired, it's time to go back to work. It's over. This dream is over. Nobody's talking about this, right? Now, 2018 is a handful of years back as I make this video. What does it look like if we did the same thing? We need $1,500 a month on our 100 grand. What if we sold shares monthly since 2022? Well, it's not zero, but it's falling and it's falling and it's falling. And this is the death spiral. You think that's coming back? We went from 100 grand. We're down near 40 grand. That's all we got left. Think this is coming back? No, it is not coming back. The spiral has begun just since 2022. If this was our plan since 2022, it's over. It's just a matter of time. Now we can still take those 1,500 for a little while longer, but the end is near, right? The idea of going for growth and selling shares has left us bankrupt. These are the facts of the case. Now, you're probably thinking it, right? Well, don't take out so much. Ha 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 ha. Lower your expectations. Live a terrible life. No, I won't say terrible. Save up your money for 15 more years and get a bigger nest egg. Then you're okay. Delay your life. It's not going to work. You took out too much. Only take out a penny a month and then it'll last forever. Okay. All right. I hear you. But what if we don't want to? What if it's time? What if we need this $1,500 a month and we want to stop working now? Or what if we have a family emergency and we need medical expenses now? I'm going to start the death spiral so I can save a loved one. Dramatic, I know, but I'm just saying. What if we don't want to? I hear you. Just lower our expectations. Cut it down to 4%. And we can talk about that too, right? Or 3% or less. Okay? But what if we don't want to? So let's talk about that. Here is still the same thing. We know how this movie ends, of course, right? Potentially. But this is selling 1,500 of SPY monthly just a year ago as I make this video. September of 2024. Hey, look at growth. Looky. Well, it's not great, but it's not zero. In a year, we're just down a little bit. You can see we started with 100 grand, and now as we sit a year later of doing the growth project, we only have 98 left, right? That's a negative return over a year. But it's not zero. Yay. Only a small NAV erosion, right? To use the term perfectly, okay? For me, though, it's hard for me to see that slight negative return and know it could be the end. If you do the research on selling shares for income and know that a certain market or taking too much sends it all to zero, how do you feel? Okay, well, I'll take it down to 5%. Okay, fine. And then you draw down. Is it coming back or is it over? If you know that the spiral can begin, how in the world can you trust that, right? Any drawdown could be the beginning of the end. Oh, I'll just have to take out less, right? That sort of thing. It's terrible. But is there any hope? I mean, this is the retirement conundrum, right? That's why so many retirement videos are on YouTube and so many financial advisors make their living. It's all based on this. This 4% rule started a firestorm that's been raging for decades. And here we are today. And guess what? 4% is seeming like a better option because $1,500 a month goes to zero, right? What's $1,500 a month? Do the math, right? More than 4%. Okay. What if we did this? What if we didn't lower our expectations? What if we did, this is what we need, this is what I want. $1,500 of YMAX. I know. Yield max. I know. $1,500 of YMAX income starting at the exact same time period, September 2024, a year ago. Well, let's compare. What? Wait, what? Started with 100,000, took out 1,500 every month, and you ended up with 110,000? Here you can see the SPY. That's a loser, right? That's down. But YMAX is not. That's a CAGR of 9.83, and that's negative. Now, That's a lot, right? We didn't have to lower any expectations, and the account is growing. And here it is in graphical form. Here's YMAX taking money out every month. This is SPY in the green. It's trying so hard to get back. But meanwhile, YMAX is already there and beyond. SPY maybe started a death spiral. We don't know. We've seen it before. But YMAX grew bigger. YMAX was larger. So how is that possible? Well, income. YMAX was created for income. If you take some of that income, clearly not all of the income, not all, right? YMAX creates way more than $1,500 a month on $100,000, right? So you're just taking some of the income it was created for and then just reinvested the rest or put it in savings account, high yield savings, and let it sit there. Both work. But if we took some and reinvested the rest, we have the best of both worlds. We have the dream. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, and the dream of growth and income is alive in YMAX, right? Question, how does the fear of growth, Dwight, how does the fear of growth ever go away? Think about it. This has bothered me since day one. Every video, every dividend book, I feel like I've read them all. Every single person who's ever talked about this doesn't, and I've even asked a direct question to some, and I know it's YouTube, I get it, right? I even asked a direct question. Well, if you're selling shares, what happens when you run out of shares? I literally got no response. I can't get an answer to this, maybe because there isn't one. If you're selling shares, there's always the risk of running out of shares. How do you get more shares if you're selling all your shares? That is a philosophical question that Socrates would love. Okay. Now, I get it. I'm not trying to inflame. I'm trying to bring facts. Okay. It's only a year of data. People like to say that high yield hasn't seen a bad bear market. Well, February to April was pretty horrific. It was one of the fastest drawdowns in history. Now, people forget because now we've bounced right back. Yay, again, right? But YMAX, if the market bounces back, YMAX bounced back too. But income will still be coming in with YMAX, whereas nothing really is coming in except a very small dividend on SPY. So philosophically, logically, even though our total amount may go down like anything else, the money's coming in, right? And the bottom line is YMAX grew larger when growth eroded. Now, don't ever trust me. Do the math and let me know I'm wrong, right? Do the math yourself, but you can see it. I've done it on a spreadsheet manually, and I've used the software that I like, and it's the same answer. And I'm not interested in seeing my account go to zero by selling shares. That's not how I want my life to change. And I don't want to just take 3 or 4% of my account each year. Okay? So I want my cake. I want to eat it too. I want something more, and I'm not going to take less. Yeah, and Michael Scott agrees with me, right? All right. This is just an example. I do have a DIP program that some people can join. And we talk about things like this and give many, many more scenarios, right? You can always see information or email me. That's all for now. Be back soon. Talk to you then.